Hey everyone, Online Hold'em Tools here. Gonna give you guys a quick overview of Poker Edge stocking tool. Great to have information on players right away. Quick launch icon there, brings up your login. Got a free trial icon there. Get your free trial, test it out, see if you like it. When you open, you get a mode selection here. You can jump into beginner mode, which has a little bit less information, a little bit more concentrated, or expert mode, which is packed full of stats and info. I like more info than none. Give you a quick little welcome box here. You can get some extra information, PokerStars, full tilt, bow dog, getting started guide. Close this to move on. Got to choose a poker room here. Got the drop down. You can see it supports many poker rooms, so wherever you like to play. PokerStars personally here. Launch. The software will actually start the program. This is Lobby Edge, a part of Poker Edge. You can pick tables you want to play, cash game. It'll show you where the weak players are, the fish are. You can choose where, limits, stakes, what type of ring, game, full, half, no limit, pot limit. Many things you can do with Lobby Edge. Further videos to come on that. We got the buddy list here too that comes with Lobby Edge, where you can log the players that you've been taking money from, and they'll even show you players who've been losing the most money online for you. Here's our main focus though. Here's the main lobby of Poker Edge. We're going to jump into a table here real quick, show you the information that you can get on screen from each player. You get icons here that identify what the player is: shark, fish, unsure. You have a table here that shows hands played, flop C percentage, went to showdown, voluntarily put money in the pot, pre-flop raise, flop aggression, percentage they steal blinds, percentage they fold the small or big blind. Correspond with a box underneath each player. You can highlight each player and get a drop down for even more information. Up here you can actually type in a player's name and get an even more detailed look of what type of player they are. I used Willie123 here because he's a shark. He's got some fairly decent stats, 330 hands tracked. You can see that this first box on key stats corresponds with this drop down, which is completely, you can put whatever stats you want to have there to your own preferences. You can see here you can set filters for what type of stats that you want to get for tournaments, ring games. You can take notes and save them on each player, so anytime you come back. Under the key stats, you have a hand distribution chart. You can see what type of games that they like to play, how much they've been putting in, big blind versus one, and what type of game types. Again, just detailing information on players to help you identify who the good ones are, who the bad ones are. You have many tabs here. Pre-flop will give you general pre-flop stats, blind steal stats, showdown stats, actions. You can use this to dictate if an action is out of place. If you see that they don't very often make a pre-flop all-in and you're faced with a pre-flop all-in from a player, you can generally put them on a fairly large hand. Flop percentages, again, general stats, showdown stats, actions, moves that they would make again after a pre-flop raise actions. Excellent statistics to help you decide how to approach a player on the flop. Again, you have a turn tab where you can see the same information if you make it to the turn with a player and forced with the decision, not quite sure what to do. We got river stats, general, showdown, even showdown stats here that get even a little bit more in-depth. Help you really decide on the end here if you'd like to follow through with a player. Now in the showdowns, there's a recent showdowns tab that'll give you some valuable information, which I use quite often. You can see the hand that the player had showed down, and you can see if they won or lost the hand. You can see what actions they did on the river, turn and flop, help you decide what hand that they may have. People are known to fall into certain types of patterns here. As you can see, it shows many hands that he showed down. I'm going to stop here because there's an interesting little section. You can see he both had an ace each time and caught it on the flop, and he bet each time. So that's a move you can pretty much guarantee. Let's say you're faced with a flop against this player, and you see his recent showdowns chart here, and there's an ace on the board, and you have kings. It's fairly certain if he's bet with that ace out there, he probably hit. You can see here that even though he won this next hand, he checked it when the aces came out and didn't bet. Here's another hand where he had an ace came out and he bet. You can see why he bet that hand there. He had a flush or a straight draw on the flop. Again, just can gather incredible information about a player. Well, as you can see through all the different stats that you can gather on all players that you sit at the table with, even if you start with no stats, it'll start to compute stats and help you understand exactly how a player plays. You can stay away from the sharks, you can find the fish and take them down. Free trial, pokeredge.com.